Y'all give it up one time for Scoop. Y'all give it up for Vic. Y'all give it up for T-Mo.
Show us y'all happy to be here. Make some noise. That's what I like to hear. That's what I like to hear. How y'all doing tonight? Great. Yeah, man, this How of Life Part 2, you know, we appreciate everybody in the audience that made it out. You know, we know that, you know, everybody got busy schedules. You know, we dealing with real life situations, but at the end of the day, y'all still made it out here, you know, to come see us, you know, vibe and enjoy a good show. So y'all ready for a good show?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is an interactive show now. What we're going to do is, you know, we got some topics here for y'all. We're going to, you know, go through the topics. You know, if y'all hear what y'all want to hear, y'all can, you know, yell out, say what y'all have to say about the topic. But we also got a mic right there. We're going to allow people to come speak on the mic if y'all got something to say about the topics that we talking about. And we're going to give y'all 2 minutes each to say y'all piece on the topic. And then we're going to have to move on and continue on with the show. Y'all good with that? Okay, all right, so yeah, let's go ahead and get right into it. Hey, Scoop, Vic, y'all remember with the last show that we had? Remember we was talking about the whole living with somebody before marriage, and we had different views on that. And you was talking about, Vic.
I think you should.
You said what?
I said, I think you should.
Yeah, you know, but, you know, so I remember, you know, Vic, you was talking about how, you know, you was going through a spiritual journey. And that you're going through your spiritual journey, you know, that's one of the things that you don't want to do. You don't want to, you know, shack up with somebody again. So does that involve, you know, not having sex too until marriage?
In short, yes. But I'm going to be realistic as well. I'm still a man. And so there's going to be days where it's tough. But at the same time, we all have to have sexual discipline out here too. That exchange of energy between two people is very powerful. And so I understand people want to get their rocks off and everything, but at the same time, it's a very serious thing. A lot of folks in our community are having kids out of wedlock. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said on the last show, a lot of us are doing whatever it is we want to do without consequence. And then we don't think about the consequences until it's at our doorstep. You know what I'm saying? So I think for me personally, you know, with the journey that I'm on, to answer your question, yes. However, it's going to be tough, but it can be done because it's all about your mindset. At the end of the day.
What about you, Scoop? You willing to wait till marriage to have sex?
Willing to, yeah. Keyword willing. I'm willing to. I'm willing to. I ain't gonna be like, no, not me. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna catch it if you throw it at me, but I'm not. It's not the main thing with me. You know what I'm saying? Just because the sex good, don't mean the person's good. You know what I'm saying? So if they want to wait, they can wait. If they don't, we don't. It don't matter for me. So.
Shit, let her already have some kids and then busting that thing open. I ain't waiting.
That's their decision, though. You know what I'm saying? She don't want to be, repeat the same issues she should have in the past. So she should be able to, change her mind, change her mindset up. So you have to respect that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, some people feel like you want to try it before you buy it. That's just how the women, when they talk about how they ain't doing, wife things or they ain't doing certain things for a man until he actually decides to commit to them. You know what I'm saying? Like,
And
don't
vice
you
versa.
don't you want to see what it's hitting on before you get married?
I don't need to. I don't need to because me personally, I don't need to because I'm going to teach her what I like first and foremost. So I don't have to try something to know whether I'm going to like it or love it. That's just me personally.
I'm confused.
And plus, I think about it from the lady's perspective, because what they possess in between their legs is the most powerful thing in the world. You know what I'm saying? So for me, it's not just about what I want when I want it, right? I got to think about the other person on the other side too. Because what if they are already on their own personal spiritual journey, right? What I'm gonna take it upon myself to force myself in between that? Nah.
I mean, but you need some kind of evidence and proof before you put a ring on any
Proof of what?
Proof that they're gonna be a good wife. How you know you?
What does
if you
sex
don't
have to do
understand?
with being a good wife?
It had nothing to do with sex. Ain't nobody saying nothing about.
Okay.
No,
I
he
wasn't
just
saying that.
talking
I
about
was talking about in general, not.
Yeah, because let's dive into that. So how do you feel about when a woman says, I'm not doing no wife things, or for a man until he actually makes me his woman.
For example,
they'll try and say, oh, I'm not cooking for a man, or I'm not folding his clothes, washing his clothes or whatever, simple stuff like that. I guess you could say domestic stuff. They like, oh, once he actually makes me his wife, then I'll do X, Y, and Z.
What? How am I supposed to know? How am I supposed to know you're gonna do a wife if I don't see it? If I don't see no evidence of that, if I don't see nothing in you that makes a home. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm looking for home. When I'm around you, I need to feel like I'm at home. You know what I'm saying? How am I supposed to do that if I don't see no qualities in you to portray that? You know what I'm saying? And vice versa for me. I have to show that I can lead, you know what I'm saying, and I can do what I have to do for our house, for our home, to start a family. If I don't show them qualities, I'm supposed to know that. You know what I'm saying? We test out stuff. When people manufacture stuff like that, footstools, stuff like that, they test it out. You know what I'm saying? Because I ain't stepping on no footstool ain't been tested. I'm heavy. You know what I'm saying? I'm not dealing with that. You know what I'm saying? So
I ain't coming for no foolishness.
Where it come from? You have to understand, is this the person you want to be for forever? Forever is a long time. Man, short. It's forever. Death do your part. You know what I'm saying? I need some proof. I need something.
Here's my thing. I think individually, if I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing within my own personal life, and she sees that and recognizes that, and she sees what I stand for, I think after a while, when you continuously show up as that same type of person, you're going to build that confidence in knowing that, okay, well, I can see myself being with this person for the rest of my life.
But they still got to show it back, though.
Why do they have to show it back?
Why would they not have to show it back? You wouldn't want a person that shows it back?
I don't need somebody to do my laundry.
I'm not saying, bro.
I mean,
I'm not saying that.
Go ahead.
Whatever the qualities you think a wife has to have, when you would like to see that before you put a ring on it, bro, that's all I'm saying.
Okay, for example,
that's all I'm saying.
Get into it.
I mean, whatever. It don't have to, be, that certain things that he names. It could just be whatever you're looking for within a woman. Wouldn't you want to see that before you actually put a ring on it? It don't have to be specific things, because everybody's looking for something different.
But that's what I'm asking. That's why I'm asking for examples. Are you talking about washing clothes? Are you talking about cooking?
It's more to being a wife than washing clothes and cooking,
understand,
though.
but I'm trying to get examples from you all.
Is she a good mother? Do she give me peace? You know what I'm saying? Do she give me stability? Stuff like that. Can I trust her?
Can we have a disagreement?
Do she have good motherly ways about her that can be evidence that she's gonna be a good mother? Okay. There's plenty of stuff.
Can we have a disagreement and you still respect me?
Okay, now we talking.
Stuff like that. Like, instead of, okay, you upset, or we have a disagreement about something, now respect goes all out the window. There's certain things that you can see about a person, while you're dealing with them early on, that you can know if you want to move forward to that next step.
Yeah, I mean, all of that is important. Yes, it's all that's important in determining whether that is something I'm willing and able to deal with for the rest of my life. Yes.
But I mean, but even if you just simple it down to cooking and cleaning, are you saying that if she don't do neither of those, it ain't gonna be no issue?
What if she's not a good cooker?
It's good women here that don't know how to cook.
Right. What if you're the good cook?
There's some really bad women out here that know how to cook, know how to throw down.
So what I'm saying is, what if she does not know how to cook?
You gonna learn today.
It's not.
Hey,
It's very easy though.
hey, he hit one right there.
But what I'm saying is, okay, the example that I'm using, what if she doesn't know how to cook, but you do?
I'm a cook.
Got him.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I'm a cook.
Okay.
I don't know how to cook though, but you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But I think
I'm
it's
simple. I'm a ham and cheese, you know what I'm saying? Fried chicken, something simple, you know what I'm saying?
You gonna learn today.
shit.
Right.
But this the thing though. I think a lot of women is, I guess you could say, they more wary about doing that because they don't want to do it for a man, some people like, well, if I'm doing X, Y, and Z for him, why would he take it to the next step and actually marry me? So do you think, because me personally, I feel like that, a man that actually wants to get married, he will commit to you. But when you're talking about a man, if you're doing X, Y, and Z for him, and then you still together 5, 6, 7, 8 years, and he ain't put a ring on it, then obviously he don't want to commit. Then that's when you got to make a decision and be like, okay, I see he ain't really ready. Then you could decide to move on, or actually, if you stay with him, then you can't really complain.
I mean,
It's not that he's not ready. It's just he just doesn't want you.
it don't take 7 years to find out you're gonna be married.
We can go down to the courthouse tomorrow and get married. So it's not really about being ready. If it takes 6, 7 years and you still don't have a ring, he doesn't want you.
That's a fact. I got a cousin that been with a girl for 20 years and still ain't married. I'm like, leave.
Hold up.
Did you ever ask him why?
Leave. Huh?
You ever ask him why?
Nah, not really, because I don't really see him much.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? Last time I seen him, I was in middle school, so I ain't nobody was thinking about that. I was just like, I wasn't asking him. I thought about it, though. I was like, you ain't married yet? But, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? People do that. You know what I'm saying? If you don't want to get married, that's cool. And just want to be together, just have a partner. You know what I'm saying? You can do that. You know what I'm saying? But you just have to understand if that's what both of y'all want. If you want that and the other person don't, then, you got to split your ways. But you got to understand on both sides.
I mean, sometimes
you got to understand, you can't just have one way about things. You can't just be like, well, this is what I want for a wife, and not try to understand what she wants from a husband. You know what I'm saying? You can't have it one way. You got to have it both ways. You got to look on both sides of the coin.
I'm glad you said that, because
You know what I'm saying?
we ain't gonna act like women don't be out here, looking for the husband qualities in a man. If you don't really see that protective nature in them, or you don't see the certain qualities that you're looking for within your man, you ain't gonna want to actually take it to the next step with him either. So it's certain things that you want to see, before you actually move to that next step, before you be like, oh yes, because we already know if y'all propose. And then, she's like, oh, no, she gives you no to your proposal. What do you call it? Y'all propose?
it's over with.
Y'all
If she
proposing
say
again?
no, it's a wrap.
If my big ass get on one knee and you say no to me, it's over with. I ain't going back.
It's a wrap.
It's over with.
I'm sorry, it's a wrap.
It's over with. Not right now. No, not ever. It's over with.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go cry in the car. I'm going to call my homeboys. I'm like, yeah, it's over with. You know what I'm saying? That's why you need a shoulder to cry on sometimes. I'm telling you.
Yeah, because, a lot of people, when you see them together as long as they've been and without no marriage, a lot of times they probably be having a mindset of, you know what I'm saying? I would marry her, but, she has to change this, or, yeah, man, if he can just get this together, you know what I'm saying? Then we'll be straight.
But see,
You got to communicate with that as well, though.
Here's the thing with that. We shouldn't walk into a relationship with anyone trying to change them.
I agree with you on that.
We got to be able to accept people where they are. If I am unwilling or maybe even unable to get certain things within myself right, that's on me. That's not your job to do. That's not for you to try to change within me. Now, you can motivate me and push me in that direction to get on my high horse and do what I need to do, yes. But ultimately, it's up to me to make the change. So we have to be careful with trying to walk into people's lives, trying to get them to change this and change that. If they don't want to do it, it's not going to happen.
But you also have to communicate that. Like, you can have feelings somebody, fall in love with somebody, and don't know certain aspects about them. Because certain times, certain aspects of life bring out certain aspects in certain people. So you in a relationship with somebody, then you see a whole nother aspect, and you be like, oh, I don't really like that. You got to communicate that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's not like, okay, I'm not going to force you to change, but if you want to be with me, this has to happen. It has to have an open communication on both sides, because they might feel the same way.
Yeah.
So you have to communicate that. Just don't let it ball up, and then all of a sudden, you know what I'm saying, they explode because you had that balled up inside you for the longest. You know what I'm saying? You could have relayed that message to them, and they could probably try to see if they can. It's all about compromises, though. You know what I'm saying? You got to compromise. When it comes to any relationship, it don't even have to be a physical relationship. Your friends, your mama, compromise has to happen either way.
Yeah. Nah, you on point. No, compromise definitely got to happen, but you got to be able to see who they are early on. I could tell a lot by a woman. I could just have one conversation with her. I can have one conversation with a woman, and I could tell a lot, about a woman. I could tell, if she can have tough conversation. I could tell if we can have certain conversations, and then see how if we get to a certain conversation, and then we on different opinions when it comes to it, then you really could see, like you could see.
You can tell off the rip like that?
Yeah.
For real?
I be paying attention.
Man, I ain't gonna hold you. I thought my ex was a good woman.
What made you think that?
Just, bro, like, I'm bad at it, bro. I'm just bad at it, bro. Like, I don't know how to even explain it for real. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like you can hear, like they say, people say, I could show you, better I could tell you. I seen women show me things. I'm like, oh, okay, she love me.
Yeah,
Hell
right.
no, she love me at the moment, just for a moment. So.
Just for a season.
Teach me, brother. You know what I'm saying? Teach me. You know what I'm saying? That's why I ain't had nobody.
I think a lot of times we be overlooking a lot of shit because we be trying to get to the box. Once we, because a lot of stuff dudes
that can literally pull you in.
Dudes be complaining. They be like, man, she blowing me, dog. She doing this, she doing that. And it's like, bro, she been doing that. You just was worried about trying to get to the box.
That's a fact.
And then now that you hit it a couple times.
That's why it's all about sexual discipline. And then biblically speaking, we're not supposed to have sex before marriage. And that's one of the main things why. Because the flesh is weak.
Facts.
It's weak. So that's why you're not supposed to do that in the first place.
But let me ask you one thing though, because just as far as being able to see things up front, you know how women talk about their woman's intuition. Do y'all feel like that's a thing? Do y'all really feel like the woman's intuition is real?
Nope.
Mother intuition is real though. Mother intuition is real. My mama done saved my glory. My mama done saved my life a couple times. You know what I'm saying? And there's a lot of times where I didn't listen to her, and I wish I did. You know what I'm saying? So mother, you know what I'm saying? And they are women, so. I think it's a thing. I think it's overblown, but I think it is a thing, though.
So if that's the case, then how come they don't really see a lot of the ancient qualities about the dude until they get in a relationship with him then?
That's not right. That's not intuition.
Explain, bro. Explain.
You think it is? So you think there's
no,
such thing?
I'm telling you to explain.
Explain what Timo just said?
Yeah, no, what you just said. As far as the intuition.
I mean, so to me, I've always, this is just my opinion on it, but I don't think there's a such thing as a woman's intuition. There's a such thing as using your instincts and experiences that you've had with previous guys as a way to help you see certain things that you want to ultimately avoid. That's not intuition. That's using your instincts and your discretion to know how to navigate how you should go about your business. That's just my take on it.
I think intuition is instincts, though. You know what I'm saying? Just actually your instinctual thought to be like, all right, don't do this, chill out.
So do we have intuition?
Yeah, we just don't call it that. We just don't call it that. Just because it's not called that, don't mean it's not that.
So if we don't have intuition, then what is it called?
I didn't say we didn't. I said it's just not called that.
Okay.
We can peep things like, hey, baby, we should get up out of here because something about to pop off. That's intuition.
That's
we just
instincts.
don't say it. Same thing, fool.
I make me want to look up this. Y'all make me want to look up the definition.
Same thing.
I mean, so when it comes down to it, like I said, so like you said though, if you had the intuition, wouldn't you have been able to see certain things about your ex before you got with her?
Facades are real.
How long? How long was
Facades
it?
are real. Facades are real.
Okay.
So like a gut feeling, that's the same thing as intuition.
Okay. Can you come up to the mic?
Instincts.
Sure, if you want, or you could just speak your thoughts on the subject.
Oh no, I was just saying I think intuition is like a gut feeling, basically. But that's what the definition is saying. Like without consciousness, it's just something you just know. But to your point when you were saying, I guess in relationships, why is it after the fact? Because in the beginning, you're always whoever you are, right? You're the representative. I only see you once a week, once a blue. So
Facade.
you can put on whatever you want to be. I'm gonna be hot shit when you see me if I only see you twice a week.
Mm-hmm.
But then when we get in a relationship and I gotta see you all the time, now I'm like, he don't smell good every time I see him. He ain't fresh every time I see him. Now I'm starting to feel away because I'm like really seeing you in your real form.
You can't fake the funk.
I'm sorry.
I mean, I get it though.
I'm
The longer you
I-
with somebody, you can't fake the funk.
But
I'm sorry. I smell good all the time.
yeah, I mean, yeah, that's me too. So it's like
That's just me.
yeah.
No comment. No comment.
You said what?
No comment.
Hey, no, but see,
That's just me.
I have my bad days. Leave me alone, dog. You know what I'm saying? You got a rough job. I be cleaning piss and shit, man. Leave me alone, dog.
Oh, anybody else want to speak on the mic? Go ahead and come up to the mic and okay, we got somebody.
Please don't be shy.
That's not gonna be an issue.
Hello, everyone. Hey. I find that as you guys cycle back and forth, there's one big word that has not been mentioned in this whole conquest, and this whole thing is all about companionship.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. You are on a quest to find your companion. So when you're out here with seeking out your woman to be your guide, you're looking for somebody to be ride or die.
Yep.
Fact?
Fact.
So, in the truth of that matter, as we go out in the pursuit of our prey, we look at these women and we say, can I imagine her breeding my line? Can I imagine being alongside her for the duration of time that I exist? Yay or nay? You should have a freaking button for that shit. Like, oh, let's do the freaking swap. Dip. Tenders like, oh, can you imagine yourself on a deserted island with this bitch here? Yes or no? Pick and go forward. You get what I'm saying? And we're going through all these, instead of ping-ponging, going back and forth with all this illusory thing with this media verse.
30 seconds.
Get to the realness. Sorry, 30 seconds.
You good.
No, you good. You good. Yeah, you
Just
good.
wrap it up.
Companionship. What do we want in a companion? That's all. Bet.
Yep.
Y'all got anything to say to that?
I agree. I agree on some of the things he was saying. I was what I was getting from what he was trying to say is you have to figure out in all aspects. Do you want to be with this person if they show qualities in all aspects in life? So that's what I got from that, and that's what I think you should do. You know what I'm saying? You try to communicate and observe if she show all the qualities in all aspects of what you think of a partner should be, and if she fit that, and you have to understand, do you fit that with her?
Right.
And if you do, hater, if you do, you know what I'm saying, and that's when you find your one. So,
it's it's really simple. You know, I think sometimes we're punching out of our weight class a lot of times. We think we like to think of ourselves as a 10. We got everything put together. We perfect. Nobody's perfect. And so the most important thing for me is, are you going to hold me down through everything? The good, the bad, the ugly. Can we figure everything out?
So I have a question about just casual dating, not the super serious we're in love. What do you guys suggest, I guess, for a person who's like, I know I'm not wanting to be in a relationship, but I'm a human being, so I still want to entertain the opposite sex. I still want the benefits of hanging out. But I don't want to be committed, and I don't want and it's okay. As a female, I'm choosing to say I'm electing to not be committed. But I also don't want to feel like I have to like be sexual or you're looking for something when I just want to exchange energy. Like do stuff like this, come to a live podcast or do something fun. I don't necessarily want to expect that you think that we're going to do something more because I just want to hang out with you.
What are you concerned about?
It's been my experience that you can't just have fun. We can't just come to a live podcast and just kick it and you go home and I go home. It's always got to be some extra.
Oh, you want a friend? Like you want a new friend?
Just a friend, but that's a man.
I don't need no new friends though.
I
got all the friends I need. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Men are not out here.
Need attention. Maslow's hierarchy of needs. You still need attention.
Men are not out here.
Let her finish. No, go ahead, finish your thought.
I was just saying, I'm not ready to be committed, but I still want to, I still need those things. Everyone needs attention. Everybody needs an outlet. You can't, you know what I mean? So I can't still have that without wanting the relationship, just the friendship.
No,
I ain't coming for no foolishness.
You can't.
Hey, y'all got. Hey, don't let these ladies lie to you. No, you can't. You can't. Men ain't out here meeting you to be your friend. Especially if we attracted to you. So that whole, oh yeah, I'm not really ready for nothing right now. Yeah, I'm just, just trying to be friends. We ain't gonna go there right now. He's like, all right, that's cool. We gonna hang out. We gonna spend this time. We gonna do X, Y, and Z. While and the whole time he just more times than not, he just playing the waiting game. Waiting until he actually get to that certain part. You said what? I do.
Yep.
Hold on.
You can be friends with the opposite sex and don't have to have no feelings.
I approach the mic once more, fellas. We have this desire in our mind where we have this, I call it an Eve mentality, where we want to pick and match and select our ideal mate with no consequences. That's the fact. Genuinely, we just want to do that. But like, hey, I like you. Should we? Okay. You know what? I don't think I want to anymore. All right, have a nice day. But in the spirit of truth, that does not happen that way. And because we know that, we have created defense mechanisms in which to prepare ourselves for the randomness of reality. When we do that, something happens. which is called a child, which is a whole another one of us that wants to do the exact same thing. So, as smart human god animals, we should collectively decide a way of personal courtship. And that's what we lack in this modern day and age.
Right.
Which is the terms of agreement of how we will engage.
Right.
So are we ping pong friends, lady girl? Or sometimes we can hump each other in the corner and then be like, you know what? All right, I'm going back to work. But people have to have the emotional intelligence and mental maturity to state as such. And there we go.
Going back to what I was trying to say was, like, when I say no new friends, like, if I initially try to talk to you to be in a relationship, to have more, and then you say we just want to be friends, like, that's what I mean. I don't need a new friend. Like, if we not gonna work out, then okay, we can walk our separate ways. I'm not saying that I can't have a female friend without having no physical feelings towards her. You know what I'm saying? It's a couple here today that here is strictly platonic.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have to mess with you because you a female, bro. Like, nah, we can be friends, bro.
But see, that's why, a lot of men don't really want, their woman having, opposite sex friends. It's not because, we already know how a lot of men operate, but for the most part, they try and be friends with dudes that originally tried to talk to them, and they just put in the friend zone. So they like, oh, that's my friend, but he's only your friend because you friend zoned him. You know what I'm saying? He's most likely waiting for that opportunity. It ain't no casual friend. Because even, you're friends with your homeboys. Did y'all really meet and be like, oh, yeah, we're going to be friends today? Or did it just happen? That was just a casual friendship that just happened. So friendships just casually happen.
It wasn't forced, bro. It was just, it happens. Bro.
That's what I'm saying. So even
with the opposite sex as well.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So friendship with, like I said, a woman, it just happens. If you do become friends with a woman, that's something that just happened. It ain't like, oh, I met her and then say, okay, we gonna be friends. Because more times than not, we ain't doing that.
Yeah.
But this is also speaking on what my man right here was just talking about, and then things that y'all were just saying early on in the topic. We got to really understand who it is that we out here dating. People be out here, I feel like we have a lot of these issues because the fact that we just getting in, we rushing. You know what I'm saying? People feel like, oh, I don't really got no time to wait. So are we doing this? Let's go ahead, let's do it. You know what I'm saying? Then that's how you see stuff that you ain't see at first because you so hurt going on getting into the relationship.
But what are we doing?
Huh?
What are we doing?
What do you mean what we doing? As far as, like you really getting to know the person.
But we rushing into what?
You rushing into the relationship.
We rushing into what else?
No, I agree with that. I agree with that. Yes. Yeah, you sometimes, I tell dudes all the time, try not to have sex with her. If you don't have sex with her, a lot of stuff that she's doing, you'll see it early on. Now, if you continue on, then, hey, that's on you. But, this is what I wanted to ask y'all. Because, I feel like, we make this dating thing a lot more harder than what it really has to be. So I hear a lot of people say this thing as far as it's somebody for everybody. Do y'all really believe that? Do y'all really feel like it's somebody out here for everybody?
Hold up.
What's the name? Bro, that's a thing that I struggle with every day, to be completely honest. I feel like a lot of people rush things and like try to settle for stuff because they look at their mortality and their age. It'd be like, man, I'm 30-something and I still don't got nobody. You know what I'm saying? I'm 40-something, I still don't got nobody. You know what I'm saying? When you go longer and longer without finding anybody, or you had somebody and they passed away, or you had somebody and you had a divorce, you know what I'm saying? Try to pick yourself back up or still try to find somebody. It's hard. And sometimes I wonder, like, am I going to die alone? That's a real struggle that I go through. Like, am I going to die alone? Am I going to die not having a family? And I had no kids, no lineage. I worry about that all the day because, like, the generation of women that's in our age bracket, I don't have no faith. To be honest with you, I don't have no faith. I lose faith within the generation, because what I went through, what
If you
I
want to
go
speak,
through,
come to the mic. If you want to speak, come to the mic.
Yeah, as far as the issues that I went through and my experiences, you know what I'm saying? I have no faith. So I look in the mirror and be like, bro, like, are you really going to die alone? You know what I'm saying? And then a lot of people settle for that, and I don't want to settle just because I'm 32 and still not finding nobody. You know what I'm saying? And there's a struggle out here as far as trying to meet people. You know what I'm saying? Like you say, it's not that hard. Shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I've been
we
through
gotta
a lot
realize
when it comes to that, bro.
You got to realize
That's why a lot
though,
of people,
you're gonna come across more people that's not for you than that is for you.
I need a GPS or something. I need
My
a
question
GPS.
is, what
so
are you
love
really?
GPS
What are you
or
looking
something.
for though? You can't find it. You're in the DMV, Chocolate City. Everything you want is here. Opportunities, jobs, beautiful women, the most educated women in the country. What are you looking for that you can't find? Because sometimes, and this is not shade, but this is truth. These men say they're looking for this perfect woman, but they really want something else. This woman they're describing doesn't exist because they never wanted a woman to begin with. And they keep saying, I can't find it. What are you looking for? You want a thick chick? You want a slim chick? Whatever you want is here. You're in the place where you can find it. So what you're looking for may be impossible because it's not really a woman.
Yeah, I'm very simple. I ain't gonna lie to you. I really want somebody that I can see to make a home with, that's trusting, loyal, and rubs my belly. I ain't gonna lie to you. I am very simple. I am a very simple
A
person.
brief interjection into the gray area of relationships entirely. There is your friend, and then there is your sex friend. Right? In the spirit of truth, you could hang out with your homies all day in a day. Man, if only your homie was a girl. Whoa, right? But it's not that way, right?
What?
So there's this incepted ideology that if it does not work that way, then maybe you should defer to the same, to ultra masturbation.
I don't know about that.
You gonna learn
You know what I'm
today.
saying? Maybe I should be more clear. Going to the same as oneself as in boys.
Hold up.
Which is the gray area that we're trying not to go to, but we have to address it in the spirit of trying to understand what we want as a companion. Because men and women are supposed to be together.
Stay on
but they
topic.
keep telling us that we can't get along. And that's not right.
Well, so to add on to that very end part, what the world is trying to prove about us as a people is that we can't work together. We can't love each other. We see the programming and the brainwashing that's going on. Everybody knows what's going on in this room. Everyone knows what's going on within our community. It's happened that way for a reason. It's systematically happened that way for a reason because it's to put us against the ladies.
Right.
And at the end of the day, the rest of the world knows that if a black man and a black woman is together in lockstep, there's not a more powerful team in the world. So that is why we are essentially used the way that we are when it comes to whether it's entertainment, sports. That's why we're so pushed out in the forefront the way that we are, is because we're only looked as entertainment in all sense of the...
Or a bank.
Exactly. So if we're not on the same page, how can we expect when we come together in a home to be on the same page? Because again, we don't have an identity in our community no more. We don't. And to your point that you made about there's women making money. That's cool, but we don't care about that
At all.
at the end of the day. Do I feel safe with you? Do you bring me peace? Can I divulge my darkest secrets to you and you protect that information? That is what matters to us. We don't care about the degrees, the businesses, all that is great because we have it too. But at the end of the day, what we care about most is, can you make a home and do we feel safe with you? That is what is going to have us choose you to be the wife.
Yeah, all them things.
Hold on. Is there anybody else that want to get everybody a chance to speak?
If anybody here, y'all.
All right.
I have a question. Don't do it, Cordell.
Anthony.
I have a question. You speak about peace, and my intake on that, wouldn't you have the peace within yourself before a woman bring the peace to you?
That's number one.
Okay,
That's number one.
Nobody said anything about that. I was just wanting to know.
Yep.
Mike?
So
Two
I
things could be
wanted
true.
to piggyback off of what she said over here. Like, it goes back to the type of woman that you're pursuing. Like, one, are you willing to communicate your needs to that person? Two, is that person within your league or out of your league? Like, are you aiming too high or aiming too low? Like, you
Yeah.
can think that that is the perfect person for you, but are you the perfect person for them? Like, you got to think about that. Women will give you anything you want if you're honest and you meet those needs and those wants that they have. Like, we will give you the world. We'll cook for you, we'll clean, all of that. But, you know, it's a two-way street.
Yep.
Of course.
That's exactly what I was trying to say. Like, you have to look at it both sides. Just because she meet all the qualities, do you meet the qualities? You know what I'm saying? Look yourself in the mirror.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Am I good enough for her? Do I meet her needs? You have to understand that. So yeah, I totally agree with that.
Yep.
Anybody else that wanna?
Go ahead.
Hey now.
Hi.
Like them glasses.
Thank you. I had two things. One thing I'm asking you is, where are you looking for these women? Because if you're looking in broken places, you're going to get a broken woman, and you can't heal her. And so if you are not putting yourself in environments where you feel like it's a conducive self for you to be, for you to grow, for you to learn, you're not going to find a woman, especially in our generations. Like, of course, like the gentleman over here stated, we could look around the world and see what they want us to be. And so my family didn't grow up with a lot of wives, so how would I know what a wife is? Or I don't know a lot of real men, so how would I know what a man looks like? Until you put yourself in those environments where those women are either eager to learn or already had that experience, you're not going to find her. You're wasting your time.
Yep.
And so that was my first statement. And my second statement was, two things can be the same. A lot of people say, oh, I'm looking for this person in a woman or this person in my spouse. Forget women, forget men. But I'm looking for these people, these type of people. This is who I want. But what if they grow? What if they change?
Yep.
What if they become different?
Yep.
Are you able to love them just because, oh, they have a heart for me? Are you able to love them because, you know, they want to be a better person? And are you able to grow? Or are you just stuck in your ways and you want what you want and you can't grow either? So before you look for somebody else, look for yourself to figure out, like, if you able to step to the plate for that person. Or, in all, you get the women who don't want to be a wife for a man because I did that already and they wasted my time. Or you get the man who like, oh, I want to see a wife because they need a mother. And so now we mixing problems. So I feel like in this generation, we have lost, one, the wherewithal to stick it through, and two, we don't know who we are. So we got too much information trying to seek who we are, and we can't figure it out. But we looking for it in somebody else.
I totally agree with you with that. I feel like within yourself, to find out yourself, like when you get like a new appliance or whatever, they have a manual, and you read that manual to figure out how it programmed, how you're supposed to work it, and all that. Do you know your own manual? If you don't know your own manual and how you tick and how how you work and what your qualities is, how do you know you're going to be good for the person that you want? You're not going to know that if you don't know that within yourself. All the women, all the qualities, you can write it down. But if you see that and be honest with yourself, that woman that's on this paper, is she going to want a man like me? Be honest with yourself.
I get all of that, but I think one thing that we're honestly missing, everybody wants a wife, everybody wants a husband. When you get that wife and husband, how do you maintain that? Because there are different seasons that you're going to go through. Yeah. This season I may be able to give 90 and my husband give 20 because he had an accident and he fell on a hard time. Yep. And everybody talks about, I want a wife, I want a husband, but do you really want that? Yep. You got to see exactly, like you have to, like she said, you have to know who you are, right? And in knowing who you are, it's not really an intuition, it's not really oh, my woman, because we do have it, and I do believe in the mother instinct because we do. I know what my children are doing, and one is all the way at college in Morgan. I'll be like, are you okay? So I do understand that, this sidebar. But it's really discernment. Yeah. Let me discern who you are. And I believe in order to have that, you have to know who you are first. You have to know who you are, whose you are, and where you're going, and how you're going to get there. If you do not know the trajectory of what's going on in your life, what are you going to offer anybody? Because when you bind yourself together with another person, especially in a marriage, you're taking on all of the things. Yeah. Right? And so whether it's a blended family, whether it's health issues, whether it's financial backing, or whatever it is, you're taking on that. So everybody want to find somebody. And I commend her saying she don't want to be committed because that is a lot. You have to understand, do you really, really, really want to do that? Yeah. Because if you don't, you're going to ruin somebody else's life. And who are you to ruin my perfect peace that I had over here with your confused self? Like, take that way.
I could do bad and by all by myself.
Yeah, like you. So it is important to take some time to sit and really think with yourself, your whole self, your jacked up self, because we're jacked up for real. Yeah. Some of the things that we think and some of the things, how we process stuff is jacked. Yeah. So sit with yourself. Like you said, you don't know as far as where the women, and they're there, but something that's going on, this goes for anybody, is attracting that. You're not attracting bees to honey, you're attracting flies to shit. So you got to figure out why. You got to, and I did too. Trust me, and I'm not saying you are. I'm just saying you have to figure out what you're putting out, or like she said, where you're going in these places, where we hang out. You know what I do? I go to work, I go to church, and I go with my kids, and I volunteer. And I go home. Maybe I need to get out more and do little things like this that's innocent, but that's my safe place right now because I know the season of my life that I'm in. At this point, if someone were to meet me honestly, they couldn't come at me with anything incomplete. Because I'm restored, right? So
15 seconds.
So my restoration, you have to be able to find somebody to match your restoration. That's it. That's all.
So I agree 1,000% with that because we could want a wife, we could want a husband. All that is great. But what happens when my wife is terminally ill with cancer? What am I going to do? Am I going to just up and leave my wife? Oh, she's gone anyway. I'm up out of here.
So you didn't.
But till death do us apart.
Exactly.
Till death do us apart. I could start a multi-million-dollar business. I could lose it all. Lose it all for whatever reason. Whichever woman I choose to be my wife, they could decide, oh, you lost it all. I'm gone. But you was here when everything was great. Yeah. So did I really make the right decision?
So I feel like before you about to get married, let's go through these vows and really do you really believe in those vows? Everything that's in those vows, are you going to abide by?
Yes.
If it's a struggle, then we can't.
So
I seen a video where a woman was on the altar and couldn't say all the vows because she didn't agree with all the vows.
Hold up.
That's an issue.
What?
Yeah, I seen that video. I think she was like,
What was the obey part?
Yeah, it was like, yeah. For first, it was for rich or for poor. Then she was like, Then she went on and and said it. But then when he was like to honor, to obey, then she was like, hey, we ain't talk about that in counseling now. Then he was like, can we move forward or do you want to just skip that one? She's like, oh, we gonna skip that.
I ain't gonna skip a vow.
And, so he went. So whoever the groom was, he still went through with the marriage.
Yeah.
Oh, he went like cheese. Oh yeah, he went for it.
But this so from listening to what everybody's saying and y'all responses, are y'all saying that it is somebody for somebody or it's not? That it's somebody for everybody or that?
Okay. So
I hope to believe so.
You will hope to believe so.
Yeah.
What
That's
about
the best
you,
I got,
Vic?
brother. I can't lie to you.
So my original answer is no. And just based off the sheer numbers, there's more women than men.
So some people just meant to die alone, huh?
Yeah, just off them. Just off them numbers.
It's not. Honestly, it's not funny. But
just off them numbers, even if you gave all the men, all the women one man, it still ain't enough to go around.
But just off the basic math, if you want to speak, come to the mic.
Where the mic at?
I'm waiting for y'all to finish y'all statement.
Oh, okay. Yes, ma'am.
No, go ahead.
Okay, I've been sitting here listening to everybody go around in circles talking about looking for a husband and looking for a wife. One thing that a lot of people fail to understand and realize, when you commit to any partnership, it takes dedication. And it takes that level of commitment and understanding, not just yourself, of relationships and how they work. And a lot of people fall short because of one thing that nobody has mentioned, and that's outside influences. Yeah. That's outside influences, because in a marriage, in a relationship of any type, you always have your boys, you always have your girls. You go and you talk about your significant others or whatever, or say, for instance, somebody you just met at the Safeway or something. Oh, I met this girl, she stacked, she fine, she this, she that. If your boys don't agree with what she looked like, you turn away from it. That could be a diamond. Yeah. But you walk away from it because your boys or your girls is not going to approve of what they look like. So that's something that y'all need to be thinking about as well. While you're looking for somebody, look for yourself. Look and be genuine to what you need, and be man enough and woman enough to stand in it. Because that's a lot. It takes a lot to be in a relationship of any kind. And the dynamic of any relationship varies from person to person. Two people, y'all relationship is different than y'all relationship. So you got to think about that. That's all, just that point.
Well, I don't, with that specifically, I don't want to make it a gender thing. But me personally, and you can attest to this, there's been plenty of women you didn't like. But guess what? I didn't care. You know why? Because I chose to be in those relationships. So you might have felt different, right? You my best friend, you my brother. However, I made the choice to be there. Yeah. And so my overall point is, with that specific comment, and I don't want to make it gender-based, but that to me is more of a woman thing, because women really love the opinions of their friends. And us, y'all can speak to this as well. I don't think we really take any stock in what our boys think in terms of our relationships.
I think what she said, has some truth to it. A man will, men, we more visual, so, how a woman looks, does play, more of a factor than, on their end. But, for the woman's side of it, that's just like a man that, her friend is dealing with, and he's only making $40,000 a year. Then she like, oh, girl, you really dealing with him? You know what I'm saying? Because they actually, what we ask from if our man tell us he's talking to a woman. One of the first questions is, what she look like? When it comes to them and they talking to a new man, they ask them, what does he do?
Well, okay, here's my thing. If you disapprove of somebody that I'm dating.
Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that it should
Let
play
me
a
finish,
part.
bro. Let me finish.
Go ahead, though.
If you disapprove and you disapprove, the first thought that I have is, okay, these are my brothers, but are you trying to get at her? Because now you may be looking out for my best interest, and I appreciate that. However, the flip side of it to me is, okay, because we're in competition with each other to find our wife, right or wrong. So if I am interested in somebody, but yet you all don't approve of it, a part of me also thinks, okay, well, do you want her? Because it's something that I see in her that I approve of, but you don't approve of it. So, I mean, that's just me and how I look at that from that other lens.
What's your thoughts, Scoop?
I feel like you got to compartmentalize and try to figure out what's right and what's wrong. You know, your friends gonna have your back and stuff like that, but like they can see something in her that you see something in her that they don't.
Yeah.
And you have to understand and take heed to that and try to see. First of all, you got to figure out what kind of friends do you have if that's even an issue.
That's facts.
Of course, right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, is this coming from like a pure heart, like, or you trying to get up on? You know what I'm saying? But you have to try to figure that out. I feel like that comes from knowing the person. We already talked about trying to get to know a person, all that. And, you know what I'm saying? That gets to know it. If they show some of the bad qualities that your friends are saying, then you should take heed. If they don't, just a conversation with the friends, like, yo, it's not like that, da-da-da-da-da. You know what I'm saying? So you just have to compartmentalize and just try to figure out what's going on with your situation, not what somebody say. You can take heed, but you got to figure out within yourself. Yeah. So.
Yeah, I mean, you on point. Yeah, I mean, I agree with you.
Excuse me.
Somebody got, okay.
Excuse me. My apologies. I actually wanted to answer a question, clarify a comment, and also make a statement. So, yes, I do believe that there's somebody for everyone, right? That is true. Also, you mentioned that there are more women than men. And I know throughout the years that has been a myth, I think typically told by men to make women feel like they need to compete, when in actuality, globally, there's an equal amount of men and women in the world. In this area, actually, it's 9 to 1. So for every 9 men, 10 women. But then that's the other piece. We don't really get out of our comfort zone and get out of our area, right? So we do what we're accustomed to doing. And, you know, there's a saying that if you keep on doing what you always done, you always going to get what you always got, right?
Makes
so if
sense.
you find that you're in a certain environment or you're in a certain place and you're not finding what you want, you probably need to go somewhere else, explore other places. I'm from Trinidad, right? And so a lot of the... Huh? Yeah, so a lot of things that I see are some cultural differences that I think it comes with what you mentioned, some of what the media may try to project or brainwash people into feeling like we're in competition. Men and women are supposed to be against each other, and that's not true. That's actually not even natural.
Yeah.
And so if your spiritual self, right, you'll realize that's not natural, and that's not in order. And that's not what God wouldn't create, that type of disorder. So sometimes we just have to check our worldview and, you know, check our perspective to make sure that we're centered.
What was that ratio you said again?
In this area?
So
roughly globally in the world, there's an equal amount of men and women. But in Maryland, for every 9.63 women, for every 9.63 to every 10. So roughly, it's still equal in this area, right? But I remember.
I'm gonna check that.
I remember you got to. It's where you go.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna check that.
Because I know I've thought it was the opposite way around.
I don't.
Because I've never,
Actually,
never really had an issue.
Right.
I'm like, really?
Yeah. But I was just trying to say, what I was trying to interject was saying globally.
Oh, pass her the mic.
Yeah. Yeah, so globally it's equal, but even in this area, it's 9.63 to 10. So it's still roughly equal as well in this
Don't
area.
make it easy.
Okay.
I said, don't make it easy though.
I'm a check. I'm a check. I'm a check. I'm a check. No, I'm a definitely check. I'm a definitely check.
I've been meeting most of my women at the 7-Eleven.
Okay,
Trust me, I'm a definitely check.
Okay, you got something to say?
No, you said to grab the mic, but
I mean, because that should make that. I mean, for every
I be at the
9 women,
7-Eleven. Is
there's
that a broken place? Like somebody said, a broken place. I be meeting most women at 7-Eleven. Is that a broken place?
Well, I just wanted to interject
Bruh.
and say, when he said the men versus women thing, I wanted to say the same thing she said, just piggybacking. It's more of a global mindset. You know, I guess if you are stuck in the DMV, then yeah. But if you think globally, yes, there is someone for everyone because it's millions of people in the world. Like, we're not just
I ain't
thinking
trying
about
to go
this
down.
small
Oh, I'm sorry. I like my
place.
sisters.
But that's, I mean,
No,
but that's what I'm
there's sisters all around the world. I'm just saying that if you are only thinking about dating or courtship in this area, then maybe that statistic is right, but she just proved that wrong because she said it's like,
I'm a check.
We got to do
one
that.
off.
We got to do that 90-day fiance
But
joint.
see, that's the thing. That's the thing. Even if it is the case, you know,
gotta go get a passport.
most people date in their country. You know, people ain't going outside the country to find somebody.
But see, my thing.
You know.
But see, my thing is, if it's really even, shouldn't it be easy?
No,
Why not?
because we people, man. We you know what I'm saying? We people.
Okay.
Everybody got their own individuality. It's kind of hard to, out of everybody in the world, to find one person that's perfect for you. That's a hard thing.
I mean,
hard,
this going
hard,
back to going back to the question. You know, I don't really feel like it's somebody for everybody. You know, I mean, because it's almost basically like, you know, we just telling people to just stay how you are. You know, just stay how you are, and you know how you have some people say, "Oh, I need somebody that can handle me." You know, it's like, no, I don't. Why should somebody have to handle you? You know what I'm saying? Whatever comes with you, you need to work on that. You need to fix that. You shouldn't just expect somebody to deal with you for what comes with you.
I mean, it depends on what you're saying, because with me, I'm a fool, but everybody can't handle that. You know what I'm saying? So it all depends on what you're saying.
But what's a fool?
Huh? What's a fool? Me, you know what I'm saying? Just
You're gonna
being
learn
dumb and all
today.
that.
But get into that though.
You know what I'm saying? Nah,
Like-
just
like-
like
just elaborate,
when it
yeah.
comes to that, like me being a goofy man, like it's
Right.
what I see is you're always that, which is not the case. Like I deal with that with women at work and all that, you know what I'm saying? Because you're just a jovial person and you're a happy-go-lucky person. You're just that all the time. Like you're never serious, you're never just calm, you're always that. So I always had to deal with that most of my life. Like, so you're one way. Hey, you're just a ha-ha guy, you know what I'm saying? Like when you have a strong trait, you usually get defined as that. And that would typically happen. So that's what I go through with that.
I have something to say.
Go ahead, Mama.
Who that? Where they? Oh, okay. Go ahead, Mama.
Everyone has that one person that you connect with. But sometimes as you get older, your connection changes. And sometimes we have to try to work at keeping that connection. Our connections are always the best for us. We don't always see it as the best. But when you look at the other side, see if the grass is greener, then it looks greener to you then, but then you go to the other side, be like, oh no, that was more than just what I thought it was. It wasn't what I needed. Yeah. So I'm not really looking, but I'm looking. I'm not putting myself out there, but I'm looking and I'm listening to what the men say. And if you're willing to, and the women say to each other, you have to see if you really want to indulge in what they are bringing to you. And if you don't, just cut it off quick. Don't indulge in it. But we all have that one person in life that we connect to.
Yeah.
And we might not never find it, but we still connecting to others, but they're not, what they call it, our soulmate.
Yeah.
We have one soulmate, but we have many other relationships with other people. We don't have just one relationship, that soulmate. We have other relationships with other people. So we have to continue to look.
I wanted to piggyback off the sister here from Tobago, Trinidad or Tobago? Okay.
Boop, boop, boop.
And also throw it to the guys just to see what your opinion is. I am exploring moving out of the country because, again, thinking more globally. Trying to figure out what dating looks like in the interim and when I get there, right? Because now if I say move to Trinidad, I'm the foreigner, I'm new to the territory. What does dating look like in, say, another country? Because I'm definitely thinking about the islands. And then what do you guys think about dating in the meantime? Like, I don't necessarily want to get serious because I hope to have this goal accomplished by June of next year. But I still, again, as I said in my first point, I still have needs. I still want to be entertained. I still want to enjoy life in the meantime. So, what's your suggestion on somebody who's thinking about moving abroad but still wants to, I'm still living in the meantime?
You gotta take what comes with it, because in that meantime, like you said, you're doing everything except actually making a commitment. So y'all hanging out, building a bond, spending time, building a connection with one another, just for you to, for that to be over with, and you just to go on about your way, and then they, just stay here and continue on doing what they doing. I mean, like, it usually ain't really as easy as she's making it sound. What y'all think, though?
Yeah.
Be upfront. Be upfront with whoever you mess with. Like, if that's what you want to do, be upfront. Be upfront so they already know what the deal is. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I already told you what it is and what it ain't going to be, don't get mad at it, what it ain't going to be. You know what I'm saying? As long as we go by it. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're upfront with a person, I feel like if they let themselves get there to whatever you don't want to do, then that's their fault. Because if I feel like if I'm just, just messing with a shawty, you know what I'm saying? If I'm just messing with a woman and I feel myself getting close to her, starting to make feelings, but she already told me up front, then and this ain't that. Then
But see, this is...
if I stay, that's on me. But if I feel it, then I'm like, I'm a bounce. Because I'm not about to purposely get my heart broken.
Yeah.
Because she already told you what it was. So I should say, be upfront. And if you see, and even on the other side, if you see them feeling that way, ask them. Be proactive, because you don't want to mistakenly break somebody's heart. So I just say be upfront.
I mean, a lot of people lie to themselves, though.
That's a fact.
I mean, like, if you already know that you can't handle or deal with them type of situations, then you don't need to get into it. See, a lot of people will get into a situation. You can be upfront and honest, which don't really mean too much. Because I can say, okay, this is what it is. This is all I'm looking for. This is what I want. And then, she might think like, oh, yeah, okay, he ain't really met a woman like me yet. So now she think that once he sees my qualities, then he gonna change his mind.
It get a little different.
That don't be that way. When I say that, nah, this is what I said, this is what I want, this is what I mean, and then she like, well, it's something totally different. Then you know what I'm saying?
So, to answer your question, it depends on where you're going geographically. Are you staying in the West? Or are you going to the East? Okay, so you're still in the West. So you're still in the West, but you're in the islands. So it's going to depend where you are geographically.
I'm not saying that if I were to meet you for a date, that you couldn't go with me. I'm just saying that this plan was here before you
Oh, so you're saying if it's a scenario where if you meet somebody here in the States and then you go.
She's already planning on going.
I'm going already.
Yeah.
It's already in place.
Right.
But in the meantime, between now and June, I still want to date. What's your thoughts on dating and getting to know, as I already know that I'm still leaving?
Oh, I'm sorry. I can't waste my time. I can't do it. I can't do it.
I try to tell you, man.
Because
you still want somebody to tear that ass up.
I try to tell you.
I love this. No, you know
that's what it is. You still want somebody to tear that ass up. I understand.
No,
you got your you know what I'm saying.
I love this question. I love this question.
You got your needs. You know what I'm saying. I feel it.
No, your point of view.
She wants somebody to stir it up.
I love this question. This is a good question.
I'm about to help you. So I feel like when you don't have to label, right? So we keep talking about dating, and you can don't listen to these. Don't listen to them. You can have friends, companions, people who like what you like, right? And that's not dating. I have a lot of friends that do things that I do, right? And so if I don't know what it is that you do or what are your hobbies, but surely you can hang out with someone of the opposite sex that likes to do the things that you do, whether it's art, painting, what are people doing now?
So what's the
That's going to be the case. That's going to be the case most of the time.
You want somebody to tear it up. We understand that. You got needs.
But let me also share. I have something.
One at a time, y'all.
I have something for you too. So you can have companionship without dating with the opposite sex, to people who like. But then also, I found out I'm starting to understand why you're having some challenges with your relationship. You don't want to be vulnerable. You when I'm listening to you answer questions, you're talking about you don't want to do this because you're afraid of this and you don't want this to happen, you don't want to take risks. And so if you already have that shield up, right, then you become a prisoner to really having opportunities to find that person. Because I was listening to some of your answers, I'm like, he doesn't want to be hurt. He doesn't want to be vulnerable. And that could also be what's limiting your opportunity to really connect with the right person. And I know because I'm a counselor. She's a clinician. I'm a social worker. Yeah, so I'm a clinician, and a lot of the things that you say could just you want to make yourself a little bit more vulnerable.
You gotta bring the mic
Maybe
up
there's some trauma there you may want to deal with.
Some challenges.
I don't know. I'm just saying but those are the two. Oh, dating abroad. Yes.
Hold on, can I rebuttal though?
What?
Yeah, hold on. Yeah, go ahead, Scoop.
Yeah, can I rebuttal though?
Wait a minute, hold on.
Go ahead. Finish.
He said he's not.
You can finish your statement. Go ahead.
You got to go to where the island people are, baby. If that's where you want to go.
Yeah.
I'm 40, so I used to go to a place called Crossroads when I was 20. I ain't there no more. But if I wanted to go and have my time and wine and all of the things, that's where I would go. That's what I wanted to entertain. If I want to have a nice little situation at a lounge or whatever, I'm going to go where so you got to go where you want to be entertained. But also, like they said too, which I do agree with, you have to make your intentions clear.
Thank you.
You have to say exactly what, and you tell them, I'm not having sex with you. I just want to chill.
Right.
Like you said, because you can. I do have male friends that they already know. I'm asking them, we're not busting it wide open, baby. We're not going to do that.
Right.
So you're going to have to understand. And if you don't want to, that's cool, that's fine. Text me, message me how I'm doing every so often. I respond, I'm good. But that's all you're going to get. You see what I'm saying? So you got to go where you want. If I want a godly man, I'm going to go to the First Baptist Church Glennar and
you don't want to go there.
What's your plot?
You don't want to go there.
It's hoes in the church. It's hoes at the church.
I know.
Trust me.
I'm a PK. I get it. But
Hey, blood, it's hoes at the church.
I'm making an example.
I'm just saying.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's hoes in that house.
Oh, you got to engulf yourself in that culture, right? Like, she'll turn that voice on. I'll be like, girl, what you talking about? Because that's her culture and things like that. You just got to go where you want to be entertained. You see what I'm saying? You got to, and you learn, pick up some books, learn about it. I mean, just study it, and like you would do any other thing. Study I'm going to study. I'm going to research you by nature. So I'm going to study you and see what you like. See what makes you tick. So.
Just to respond to that real quick, you can read all the books you want.
I'm not going to read a book. I'm going to study you.
Right, but okay. But what I'm saying, but what I want to clarify is, you can read all the books you want about us, but a book can't really tell you about us truly. You have to interact with us face to face to get the 100% us. No book can do that for you.
I agree.
He said he wanted a rebuttal. He not.
And so, basically, just listening to what everybody's talking about, I want to basically transition. Could I hear her? How she's talking about how, being, stating your intentions on what it is that you want and what it is that you don't want. Let's say it is, two people that want to talk and they want to build a connection, or let's say you just want to be friends with benefits, whatever it is that you say you want up front, and then one person ends up catching feelings, even though we already talked about what this is. Who's more at fault?
Well,
the one that caught feelings, or the one that caught feelings, or the one that basically kept the original agreement?
Well, I think that one thing that we're all missing is personal transparency. Is that we have to be completely, totally transparent with ourselves, about ourselves, and the things we want to be involved with ourselves before we approach anyone else. And coming from that central place of honesty, then you can approach others. And there's free radicals all out there. One wants to be prepared, never scared, of course. But when these things happen, we have to approach them from the point of view of, like, do I want this or do I not? And then continue to move forward and accept that there's going to be some blood and there's going to be some scars on the road. But just keep a positive outlook, because through your transparency, you find truth and you find what you genuinely want.
Yep.
I agree with that. Being transparent. So with that, when she was saying that,
what do you think?
As far as being transparent, like, I get what she was saying. As far as, she was right about me not wanting to be vulnerable with somebody because my vulnerability was taken advantage of. Yeah. But with that, you cannot continue to try to find somebody and not be vulnerable. You know what I'm saying? So with that, I'm willing, but I do baby steps when it comes towards that. I'm not just gonna be full vulnerable, but I'm gonna put something out there. If you're able to accept it, you are. I mean, we can move forward. If you can't, then I'm gonna have to retract. You know what I'm saying? And when it comes to trying to, be with a situationship or whatever, whatever you want to call it, the person who stays with the person, even though they stay far as messing with them and all that, and you starting to develop feelings and you stay there, that's on you as well. But I think it's also on the other person.
Who's more at fault?
It's all about a situation. There's different situations, because certain people can say they don't want, to be serious and all that, but when you act like you do things that say that you want something else, and you get mad when another person gets in their feelings and wants to be with you, you can't get mad that they do that when you decided to start doing boyfriend things or girlfriend things and fill their head up like, okay, at this point, bro, what are we doing? You know what I'm saying? Because if we going to be just, no labels, no nothing, let's be that. But you can't do more than what that, entails. You can't do that.
I mean, like I said, I agree with you. To the point where, like, if y'all make that agreement, you shouldn't be doing more. But at the end of the day, you still have to be able to go off of what they originally said. Hey, just because they said that they want a relationship or they don't want a relationship, you looking at how they moving. And yeah, they might be moving, or you might like the energy that they giving you, the treatment that comes with them. But you still got to understand, at the end of the day, they say, hey, they don't want a relationship. So at the end of the day, I mean, it don't matter what they're doing.
Go ahead, Pops.
The problem is a lot of people is not genuine in the
Mm-hmm.
first place. A lot of people is not genuine in the first place. So how can you tell?
You said a lot of people is not what?
Genuine.
Not genuine.
They're
genuine.
not going to keep it real with you.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? So she could say she doesn't want a relationship, right? She wants to hang out. And she could find somebody to say, yeah, I'm with that. But in the back of their mind, they still making that a challenge. I can change her mind because I want her.
Mm-hmm.
And then when it doesn't work out, then it becomes a whole issue.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the problem because people are not genuine with you or themselves.
Exactly. And because when I originally answered your question, I said, if you're leaving in June, I can't do it. You know why? Because I want to afford you the opportunity to find somebody that's with that. I'm not with that because if you're leaving, I can't build with you long term.
I know that's right, Stella.
I know
that's right, Stella.
I want a wife. No, but that's why. But see, that is why that conversation has to be had. If that's not what you want, and that's what I want, well, I'm going to cut it off, and I'm going to allow you the opportunity to go find what it is you want. Because I don't want to waste your time, and I don't want you to waste my time. So that's why the answer for me was no, because I'm thinking about not only myself, but you as well. Because I know what I want, and you know what you want. So regardless of whether little amount of time we may spend that's significant and intimate, I know long term it's not going to amount to nothing. So why even waste my time to begin with? And why even waste your time to begin with?
Nah, I get all that, but you know what I'm saying? Sometimes, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes, hey, I'm just going to have fun right here, and then I could be serious with somebody else. She going to be gone. I can have fun with her, you know what I'm saying? Maybe, you know, do the third thizzle, you already know, you know what I'm saying? And then she can go about her business. Hey, good, best of luck. It was nice knowing you, you know what I'm saying? Hit me up, DM me, you know what I'm saying? If you ever back on this side, hit my phone, you know what I'm saying? It's just not good for you. You can just politely say it, I'm good with that.
Nah.
I'm your lady tonight.
Listen. No, that's cool. Listen. That's cool. Listen, I'm here for.
Hold on.
Listen.
Let me real quick, and then I'm we got somebody that wants to say something on the mic. So when y'all go to dinner, who's paying?
Damn. Not never? Not even on his birthday? On his birthday. Okay. One time a year, you got it. Hey, boo, when it's your birthday, I got you. We can go whatever you want on your birthday. That's cool.
You just said it was never.
Never. Special occasions. Okay.
Okay.
Oh.
No, I 1000% agree with that. Yeah.
Okay, we gotta we're gonna go right here, and then we gonna.
Okay.
We're gonna wrap it up.
Yeah, I got two things. So I think you can find somebody who is a opposite sex and you could have fun with. However, y'all got to be on the same accord, 1. 2, that's not something like, oh, I met you and like, hey, my name is Kiera. Hey, my name James. Want to be friends? That's not going to happen. And 3, if we friends, we friends. Me and my homegirl out right now, and guess what? If she pay this time, I might pay next time. If I pay next time, I might pay this time. But if it's one-sided, baby, I'm going to expect something from you, a ride, a J, a drink, something. You got to give me something. I ain't going to just take nothing. Like, I'm not going to just give. Another thing is, meet somebody on your level. Everybody, and I'm not talking about financially. I ain't talking about all that. Meet somebody on your mental level. If you spiritual, make sure you find somebody spiritual. If you atheist, make sure you find you an atheist. If you don't want to have sex, make sure you find somebody that don't want to have sex. Like, Stop looking for people that ain't who you need. Like, what's your characteristics are. Like, it's no way in the world I'm going to the liquor store and going to find a nigga and be like, oh, this my man. Nah, this not my man. We at the liquor store having fun together. Now, you could have been the person, but I need to look at you, find you somewhere else. Like, let me find you at the library, at the mall with your children, or at the amusement park, somewhere where I know you got some common sense. But we keep getting these IEP people who had IEPs at school. They came out in this world, and we don't know how to individually deal with these people, and we try to make a man. This ain't built a bit. And the last thing I want to say is stop. The world fantasizes relationships. Once you get married, that's not the end, baby. That's the beginning of your journey. So it's more work that's gonna come after you say I do. So if I don't like you when I'm dating you, and your feet stink, and you get on my nerves, and your mother don't want to talk to me, I don't want to marry you. And so you have to stop acting like, oh, I'm gonna get this ring and life's gonna be good. That's on social media. That's fake. All of them get.
Thank you. I feel
this is real life.
Thank you. I feel attacked because I had an IEP. I feel attacked.
It's okay to have an IEP, but the person you're dealing with need to know how to deal with you when you get angry. If we need to take you out and you need 5 minutes to yourself, that person need to know how to deal with that.
Right.
So if you're dating someone who can't give you your 5 minutes and gonna keep saying, what's wrong with you, what's wrong with you?
Run.
You know she not for your IEP. Run. You need to learn your own and figure out who's gonna get accommodated.
Run far away. That's a fact. That's a fact.
Don't mix you.
Run far away. Yeah, I mean, y'all, any extra words that y'all got to say when it comes with this? Not for that.
Just be honest, transparent, and never give up. Honest, transparent, and never give up.
Good question. Idiot. Anything you guys say? Yeah, thank y'all for coming out. Y'all could have been anywhere else.
Clap it up for yourself.
Repeat this song. Y'all could have been anywhere else. Y'all chose to be here. Like, we greatly appreciate that from the bottom of our hearts. Thank you again. That's all I. Yeah, like we'll reiterate what you said. Definitely appreciate everybody who came out. Y'all could have been anywhere. Y'all been here having this discussion with us. We just try to, have these real life discussions. Everybody make things way harder than what it has to be. Like I said earlier in the, earlier on the show, you're going to deal with more people that's not for you than that is for you. That don't mean that you get discouraged or you stop trying. You just continue on, doing what you do, trying to better yourself as a person. And then, if you constantly, doing what you got to do, the right person will come. But, right now, we at the end of our show. So I'm gonna, let you guys, if y'all want to give the people, y'all information so they can follow you, tune into your content.
Once again, man, thank y'all for coming out. I am Scoop. This is Vic. We are Spade of Spades Podcast. We come on every other Saturday at 10:30 to 12:30. You can find us on Instagram, Spotify, and YouTube. Plenty of podcasts is made, but nobody lay it down like Spade of Spades. Thank you for coming out, y'all.
I'm Timo. Y'all can basically follow me on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook at Timo301. I post different content, got basically different, topics that, I talk about, and just try to talk about the different societal narratives. So we definitely, this ain't gonna be the last one. So anybody that came to this show right here, we giving out tickets, for the next show that's coming in the near future. So y'all will receive an email, for anybody that bought tickets, or if came, we'll reach out to y'all, and then we'll just move on forward with this. But, definitely appreciate y'all coming up. Everybody, round of applause.
Real quick, everyone who came to this show, the next time we do this, you will get it for free. Point blank. Got free job.
Establishment, we don't control that.
I'm about to say, right. Control that now. But everyone who came to the show will get into the next show for free. So keep your eyes open. Thank y'all again.
Y'all have a good one, and be safe.
Look.